The following program is a public access production. Comcast is required to provide time on this channel and make it available pursuant to franchise agreements with the communities we serve. Comcast is not affiliated with the following program or the producers of public access programming and is not responsible for the content. The following program does not reflect the opinions of Comcast or its affiliates.
Hello and welcome to Comcast Connects. My name is Gloria Cardenas Padilla and I'm your host. Thank you for joining us today. You know, here in our community and well, actually all over the country, we hear so much about issues and problems and gosh, we hear so many bad news. Sometimes it's just overwhelming. But you know, the reason that I like to come here and tape these TV programs for you is because this is where we have good news. This is where we have visitors and guests who tell us about their organizations and their agencies and what they're doing to help our fellow man and human beings. There are so many programs available for our citizens, whether they're for children, senior citizens, parents and grandparents, but you don't often hear about those, but that's why, again, we're here. And today I have a very special guest who's going to share some information with us. Danielle Angelari is, and I met, was it at Salsa, I think?
So.
Yeah, Salsa Business Network is an organization that's been around almost 13 years, and I've met some amazing, amazing, wonderful people, and Danielle is one of them. Danielle is here to talk to us about NAMI, N-A-M-I. Tell us what NAMI is.
So NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI for short, and then it's the Northern Illinois chapter.
All right.
So we serve Boone and Winnebago County, and we reach out to Stevenson as well.
Great, so you cover a big territory.
Yes.
I know that mental illness is one of the topics. I think over the years and decades, you know, people didn't usually talk about that. But you know, as I've studied it and learned a little bit more, of course I don't know everything, that's why you're here, is that it isn't a taboo anymore. That's how it used to be referred to. Because, you know, I've learned just a little bit is that in mental illness sometimes can just be stress and anxiety. And I mean, all of us have that. But I think at one time or another people might say, you know, I think I may need a little bit more help or a little bit of counseling or something.
Definitely.
And I think this is where NAMI comes in, I would imagine. But before we talk about NAMI, tell us about you. First of all, I learned that you are practically family.
Yes, we are. We are.
Yes.
I mean, so I'm Rockford born and raised, went to Milwaukee for school for a little while, graduated with my psychology degree. So mental health has always been very important to me as I've seen it throughout life in my friends, family, just taking care of my own mental health, honestly. And then I moved back to Rockford and I started my job at NAMI about a year later, where I'm now the executive director.
Wow,
Yeah.
And you've been there how long now?
3 years.
Okay, wow, I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Yes, well I am. I mean, normally, not that I want to insult older people, because I'm it. I mean, I'm almost 70, let me put it that way. Now you
You're
know,
a young
folks.
woman.
But, you know, usually when you hear of or meet a director or somebody, it's usually somebody over 50 or 60 or so. I don't know. I shouldn't even, I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this because you don't look that age. No, I guess I'm just saying, even though, you know, you are a young woman, and it's a very impressive because so often we hear about our young people not getting involved and stuff like that. But I do. I mean, I'm so grateful for this show that we have because I do get to meet a lot of young people that are doing extraordinary things in our community. And so you've been the director for, what, 3 years you said. Tell us what NAMI does, and not only locally, but, you know, throughout.
So how NAMI started was in the late 1970s in Madison, Wisconsin, so pretty close to us. 2 women sought out each other. Both of them had sons living with schizophrenia, and there was no support for them, no services, like lack of treatment, and their sons were blamed for having an illness. Like you said, it was very taboo back in the day. and it still sometimes is. So they sought like-minded individuals and people that were going through the same thing, and that's kind of how NAMI was formed, so very grassroots. And now there are about 1,100, 1,200 affiliates throughout the United States.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot of mental health concerns going on,
Yes.
and still kind of that lack of service or lack of access to services, and that's part of why NAMI's here, to normalize the conversation and to offer the support in maybe a system that isn't as helpful as it could be.
Exactly. So often we hear about if there are like some kind of a crime out there, and sometimes they overlook the factor that there may be a mental illness involved. So if, let's say for instance, somebody is looking for these services, do they just call NAMI?
Absolutely.
Or do you do outreach, or how
Yes.
does your communication work?
So I'll just go back through our programs
Sure,
a little bit.
please
So
do.
every week we have a support group on Sundays at Swedish American, 2 o'clock, for people living with their own mental health concerns of any sort. So anything from mild anxiety to severe chronic bipolar disorder,
Yes.
schizophrenia. And then throughout the month we have about 5 different family support groups, because we know that mental illness affects the whole family if it affects one person. And then we have some educational courses and some special presentations where we have trained peers, which is also a nice thing about our organization, that everything is peer-led, because who wants to sit and listen to someone that doesn't know what they're
That
going
can't
through?
relate.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. So we have a very strong support system that way. We do a bunch of community outreach, any way to raise awareness on mental illness and what our organization does. And then I also act as a resource line for families or individuals looking for services locally or throughout the state of Illinois. I find that sometimes people may have to travel that far to find help.
Sure, sure. Now, if once, I mean, you mentioned at Swedes that you have them on what day? Sundays?
Sundays
At 2 o'clock.
at 2 o'clock.
So if people want to attend one of these, do they just show up? Do
They
they
can-
call first, or how does that work?
Walk-ins are always welcome.
Okay. Because I guess what I'm trying to maybe understand, at least from the perspective of those that are watching that may have a friend or a relative and saying, well, gee, you know, I want to call, or do I want to show up? There's that comfort, you know, looking for that comfort. It's just kind of like going to a business network organization
Right.
for the first time. It's like, oh, what are they going to be like? What do I do?
Right.
Da, da, da. So what can you say to give them that piece about saying, I can call, I can feel comfortable to come to NAMI, because they offer not only the resources, as you said, but also an encouraging word. Can you relate a little bit of that, relay that information?
Sure. So if you call NAMI, you're either going to talk to myself or one of our volunteers of over 20 years on the phone. So we all kind of know what maybe the situation might be like. While I've never heard the same story twice, we're just offering the comfort and the support. Even if you just want to call and talk about what's going on,
Sure.
we can try to help you in the best way that we can.
Right.
And then as for the support groups, like I said, they're all peer-led, and they are all state trained through our state affiliate, and confidential, safe environment. So.
Good. And I'm sure that's what a lot of the folks are looking for. Now, if there is like, what if they can't afford it? I mean, is there like insurance, or how does that work? If people say, I want to go, I need to go, or my sister needs to go, my nephew, whoever, but they don't have the funds, how does that work?
For our services, all of our services are free of charge.
Are they really?
Yes.
Okay. Now, see, that's something that's unique and different. So.
And we don't do the clinical services side of it, but we can connect you to people that will be able to help.
Now, do you know if there are any like state funds or grants that are available? Is that how you all operate, or how does that work?
We operate on membership and donations, and some like local grants. We don't have any federal funding.
I know, because there is such a need for these services, and
Absolutely.
and so often the taxpayers are out there saying, you know, my tax dollars are going here and there. You know, potholes right now is the thing.
Right.
But so often something like mental illness is probably not off at the top of people's list unless they're
Right.
associated or know of somebody.
Right.
So if you are in needs of funds, if NAMI you have golf outings,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
So why don't
we
you
do.
tell us about that? Because I imagine fundraising is a big part of what you all have to do, right?
It is. So this is our third year doing our Mulligans for Mental Illness event at Forest Hills Country Club, and it's going to be Monday, June 10th. And like I said, what better day to take off of work on a Monday to come golf with us? That's just kind of all of the funds or all of the proceeds that come through that event. We do have golf all day, and then we have an after-hours event for everyone that doesn't golf, and the golfers can stay and eat dinner and listen to music and do our silent auction with us. Okay. We have a wine pull this year, too.
A what?
A wine pull.
A wine pull.
Yeah.
Tell me what that is.
So you buy like a cork, and it has a number on it, and then there'll be about, 30 bottles of wine on the table, and after all the corks are sold, we pick up the bottle and whatever number matches the cork in the audience, they get that bottle.
They get that bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
I just think that's a fun
Well, it'll be a
way.
good refreshment for those that have been golfing all
Yeah,
day. We're going to be praying for beautiful weather that
Yes.
day. So tell me again the date and the time, and how can people register to participate in the golf outing?
So Mulligans for Mental Illness is June 10th, Monday, and the registration starts at 11:30, and then the after hours will start at 5. And you can call the NAMI office to register at 815-963-2470, or go to our website. It's just NAMInorthernillinois.org.
Okay, NAMI, N-A-M-I,
Mhm.
and then Northern Illinois written out,
Yes.
.org.
Yes.
Okay, and then they can get all the information there.
Yes.
So if there are people that are not going to golf, but they still want to go to the evening event, is that possible?
Yes.
Okay. What are the costs to participate either in the golf or the dinner or the evening event?
For a golfer, it's $125, but it includes lunch, pre-play, dinner, golf, and
Okay. But for those that want to attend just the evening event, what would the cost be for that?
$40.
$40.
Yes.
Oh, that's affordable. Yeah.
We try to make it so everyone can join us,
Sure.
because mental health is like a community issue, and
Exactly, and
everyone
this is
needs
our
to
way
work
of
together.
giving back to
Yes.
participate and helping out with that issue. So again, June 10th, you
Yes.
said, and I think we still have a little bit more time.
Sure.
Is there like anything that the community can do to help? Of course, obviously with donations and contributions, but you mentioned volunteers, so it's mostly volunteers that provide the service. Is that correct?
It is only volunteers. So we're a very volunteer-driven organization. We have a total volunteer board, and then all of the volunteers that run the support groups or the education courses, do the presentations, do the community outreach. Wonderful, wonderful people. And we're always looking for more people to add to our community.
Okay. Well, now, do you have a facility where people can go and where is your office? And I guess that would be a key factor as well that our audience should probably know.
My office is located at Stepping Stones of Rockford. So they've always housed NAMI since its inception, because their previous CEO helped start our affiliate, and they have always had a big spot in their heart for us.
Stepping Stones is on North Main Street, isn't it?
Yes.
Or it used to be, at least I remember, it used to be across from the Discovery Center.
Still there.
So, okay, and what is the address there?
It's 706 North Main Street in Rockford.
706 North Main Street in Rockford. And so if people want more information, they can stop there, right? And then, or they could call. What is the number again that they could call for more information?
It's 815-963-2470.
2470, or stop by the office.
Sure.
And you have a website, you said NAMI, N-A-M-I, northernillinois.org.
Yes.
Right? Okay. We have about a minute left, Danielle. Is there anything else you want the audience to be sure that they know about as far as?
First, I just want to say thank you for having me on.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
It means a lot to share to all parts of the community what we're doing and about the topic of mental health, because it is often forgot about, I think, because people value maybe their physical health a little bit more, but you can't have health without mental health. And we just need to keep normalizing that conversation and keep moving forward for a better mental health care future.
I totally agree. In fact, I would even take it a step farther to say not only is it about the spirit, the soul, and the body, but it is the whole person, because I mean, that's why our churches are here, for the spirit side as well.
Right.
So yeah, it's the whole human being that we're looking to help. And I'm so grateful that you're there And I'm happy that we've met over
me too.
the journey of our lives, and that you were here to take time to share. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
All right, and I hope this won't be the last time you'll be here.
It won't be.
All right, any other time that we can help you, you let us know, okay?
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you. And we want to thank you for joining us on this segment of Comcast Connects. Remember, if you have information with your organization or agency or a special event coming up, give me a call at 815-289-5970 so that we can share this good news that you might have available too. Again, I want to thank Danielle Angelari for being here with us today from NAMI. And of course, I want to thank my husband, the camera operator and all-around good guy, Janice Keene, our studio manager and staff person here at Comcast, and you for being here. It's because of you that we've been here 20 years with Comcast Connects and La Vida Buena, because I also do a Spanish show. Thank you again, and have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.